Church family, thanks for joining in. My name is Tim, and this is our monthly update in terms of what happens here in behind the scenes of KAC. There is so much that happens here all the time, and our hope, our goal, our desire is to take these few moments once a month to be able to update you as to what's going on. So we've been doing a lot of updates on finances. In the past, we've done interviews with staff. But if there is something here that you say, hey, it'd be really cool to find out about this or about this, please, could you email me, timh@kac.ca, because again, our goal here is not just to simply throw a bunch of stuff at you, but rather for us to provide a space where you can tune in regularly and find out kind of what's happening behind the scenes. So heavily focused on finances these days, heavily focused kind of on what's happening in a few ministries. But if there's stuff that you would like to see, could you let us know, to let me know, and we will do our best to try and communicate these pieces to you, because there is so much happening here. We're excited about them. We're seeing them happen every day, but maybe you don't. So without to say, let's tune into our finances real quick. This is actually the month this is actually monthly results, operating results. So we had budgeted $154,000, and church, $156,000 came in our operating results. We had originally budgeted for $158,000 in expenses, and we only spent $135,000. So, church, thank you just for the faithfulness. This actually brings us from a $3,000 deficit to actually seeing a $21,000 surplus, which is just amazing as we're coming into a new season of a capital campaign and all these things coming together. To see that and see His provision is amazing. Partly, a lot of that has to do with new donors. And so I have the privilege as executive pastor to be able to just send letters out to new first-time donors. Church, I got a stack the other day on my desk, and it was huge. In other words, we had so many new first-time donors who say yes to what's happening here at KAC, yes to what Jesus is doing, and yes to counting me in. And so I had people all the way from 6-year-old little children to people who are well on in their years. And just to see that broad spectrum of people, church, this is very much a multi-generational church, saying yes to what Jesus is doing, saying yes to what He's asking us to do. So, church, it's so neat. It's so neat to have that many new donors come on to say yes and what we're doing. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Okay, so then we go to March. Operating results for the year to date. So far, the year to date, we'd factored in $1.1 million in revenue. Now, this is just operating again. This is not revenue outside just giving. This is simply just giving. We had expenditure for 1.14, but we actually saw 1.3 come in and 1.3 for expenses. So, church, we are well ahead of what we had forecasted to be so far. Okay, some of the restricted funds, again, just as a reminder, the general funds are for the day-to-day operating, but some folks give to specific general funds that are restricted to a certain earmarked for a reason. And so Care Connections, this year we've seen 63 come in. That means 63 will go out again this year. Missions and Outreach, 82,000 has come in. That means 82,000 has gone out towards that. And so far we've collected 54,000 for the Capital Reserve. The capital reserve, again, is 54,000. This number becomes that much more important as we go on. We're going to move into down the road talking about a capital campaign. So this is just by way of updating you where the capital campaign fund balance is at. Okay, again, if you have any questions, please email me at timh@kac.ca. We are going to move over to the highlight of the month, the ministry highlight of the month, which was women's ministries. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the theme of the women's retreat, which was at Eagle Bay, was Come to the Well. I think it was Come to the Well, which is ironic because while they were there, their entire plumbing system shut down and they were without water. So we're going to show you a bunch of pictures of women who have had very little water and who were using a myriad of means to flush toilets and get cleaned up and whatever else. So while you're looking at these pictures, just remember, these are women without water. Bless you.